In this demonstration, we're going to look at creating a DHCP scope, configuring some DHCP options, and then creating a DHCP reservation. What we'll do at this point here is I've come into Server Manager. Within Server Manager, I'll just come to Tools. Within Tools, we'll come down to DHCP. This will launch up my Microsoft Management Console, and what we'll do at this point here is we'll just highlight our server. And what we're going to do at this point here is create an IP version 4 scope. And the purpose of the scope is to allow the DHCP server to hand out a range of IP addresses. So we'll just select IP version 4, we'll just come to More Actions, and then we'll create a new scope. This brings us into a wizard, so we'll select our Next button. Then all we need to do is start filling out some information, so we need a name and option year description. I'm going to call my scope a datum, and I'm going to put this down as a description of a datum production IP network and select Next. That then asks me which IP address range do I want to use, so we need to put in a start and an end IP address, and we can hand out IP addresses anywhere within that range, unless we have any exclusions in place. And the range we're going to go for is 10.0.0.100 through to 10.0.0.150. We're just going to change the subnet mask here because I want this to be a 24-bit subnet mask, so we can either do it via the length, or we could have typed in 255.255.255.0. We'll select Next. We're not going to bother with any exclusions or delays, so we'll select Next at this point. And then what we'll do in the case of the least duration is we'll just change this to 1 day. And this is how long a device can keep an IP address before it needs to renew again. And we'll select Next again. In the case of configuring our DHCP options, what we're going to do at this point here is we will configure them later because that's now coming up in the demo. So we'll select Next, and we'll select Finish, and we now have a scope. But one of the things you may notice is I have a little down arrow here, so this just indicates that we haven't yet activated the scope. First thing we'll do here is we will just configure some options. So all we're going to do is we'll just expand up our scope, pull this across just so we can see it a little bit better. We'll come down to our scope options, we'll right click, and what we'll then do is we'll then just configure our options. So as you can see here, we've got a big list. Now what we'll do at this point here is we'll just configure the most common options. So we'll go for our default gateway or router, and what we'll do at this point here is we'll just put in the IP address of our router. And the IP address will be 10.0.0.1, and we'll select that. Then what we'll also do as well is we'll just come down and go for our DNS servers, and again what we'll do with our DNS servers is we'll just put in the IP address of the DNS server of 172.16.0.10, and we'll select that. So as you can see here, it's just validating the DNS server. Again, if we scroll down, as you can see, lots and lots of options. We won't bother configuring any of the other options, and we'll select OK. Now we've configured the options and we have the scope in place. What we'll do is we'll right click, and all we're going to do at this point here is activate the scope so we can now hand out IP addresses from this scope. Other things we can do as well is we can specify reservations. So this comes in quite useful. We can get our DHCP server to hand out an IP address based off the MAC address of the device that we want to put the reservation in place. So what we'll do at this point here is we'll right click, we'll create a new reservation, and what we want to do at this point here is we just want to specify a reservation name, and we're going to call this Sales Printer. The other thing that we need to put in place as well is we need to put in the IP address that we're going to hand out. So we're going to just make this 10.0.0.120, and then what we're going to do is we're just going to enter the MAC address, and we're going to make that 00146D01736B. Now what we need to remember is if we do change the network adapter inside this device, we will also have to change the MAC address within the reservation. So we're happy with the information of supported types both, which is DHCP and bootp for the packet type. We'll select Add, and we've now created our reservation. So if we select the Close button, we can see the reservation in place. And that's the end of this demonstration of creating a scope, scope options, and a reservation. Thank you.